guys for being here today. My name is Tomomi. I live in Arizona, but I am Japanese. I'm from Japan. I should start my speech. Ah, I feel so ugly. My eyes are too small. I am too short. My legs are too fat. I'm not beautiful. I am not good enough. I used to think like that about myself all the time. At the one point, I hated to be in pictures. Negative talks in my head were always repeating, and I believed them. I had a no self-love or self-value. What is beauty? I'm sorry, the PowerPoint is okay. What is beauty? It seems like we criticize ourselves, our looks, and also do the things that are hurtful to us mentally and physically. We also criticize others and they do the same. Why do we do that? Is there a certain looks that we're supposed to look like? Or we have to be look like the perfect body that it is advertised? I strongly believe that it is because the definition of beauty in society is all about looks. We focus on it so much that it is out of balance. When I was 13 years old, I started thinking I am fat. And when I look at these pictures, I think I was very little, but right there in my mind, I was thinking I was fat. It started because my friend who is taller than me weighed the same as me. And I thought I should be lighter than her. But I didn't know anything about body fat or muscle mass, nothing. So I thought I'm fat. And I thought my friends are prettier and I am not. And I was comparing myself to singers and actresses on TV. And I thought I don't look like them. I was always trying to fit in the Japanese beauty standards. Skinny equal beautiful. Slender beautiful body, slender legs, big old eyes, and beautiful small faces. And only they are presenting one body type, one looks. And I didn't look like them, and I still don't look like them. And that made me feel uglier. One of the magazines I used to read had this chart. This is one of the example. But you can see they have a height and they are telling us to be certain weight to categorize as beauty. And of course, I never fit in the category as beautiful. And you can see what kind of pressure women, young girls will feel. And I was one of them, the struggling with it. To this day in Japan, people on TV make fun of female Japanese comedians who are curvy and unique. I think they're beautiful, and as a little girl, I used to think they were really cool. Like they were making jokes and making a good time on TV. But they get treated so differently, and then that made me feel like I can't be unique, I can't be different. So I was always trying to fit in the Japanese beauty standards. That led to an eating disorder habit, and I counted calories for a long time. I was bulimic for a short period of time. And also, I tried to make eyes bigger with glues on my eyelids. So I was doing something that it can be hurtful to me. I didn't realize then, but I was possessed by food and my negative talks. And also, now I know that because I was trying to fit in the Japanese beauty standards. I was letting people and society determine my beauty and value. I was giving away my power. In 2017, Dove Global Girls Beauty and Confidence Report interviewed about 5,000 girls in 14 countries, and Japan was the by far the lowest in the world. And I think all of us can relate it to them because we always try to fit in the certain looks. And also this study shows that what kind of beauty standards we have in Japan. When I was 18 years old, I wanted to explore outside of my country because I felt like there was a better place for me to live. I saved my money and went to Sydney, Australia. And I noticed that they are confident, they are happier, and they are embracing themselves. That's how I felt. And I also observed that there are so many different type of beauties in Australia. And I felt I need to come back this country again. That time I only stayed 3 months and went back to Japan, finished my college, and then went back to Australia. This time I went to Brisbane for a year. I went to English second language classes, volunteered, and I traveled half of Australia by myself. This was just amazing experience because I got to learn about myself, and I started thinking I'm pretty cool. And I started liking myself because I realized there's so many good quality about myself. Even though I gained 20 pounds, I started liking myself. And I started feeling good about myself, and I would just feel happiness being who I am. Of course, I had to go back to Japan because the visa was expiring. And as soon as I got home, my confidence was completely gone. And it reminded me that I am not good enough. And I was so sad that the confidence was gone. I was determined to get the confidence back. I believe that being skinny will fix everything, how I was feeling, and also get my confidence back. I was motivated. I set my goal at 103 pounds, and I lost about 30 pounds, but didn't fix anything. By the way, I lost 30 pounds. It didn't still fit in the beauty category in the chart. And of course, that will cause me to not feel good enough. But I believed being skinny will fix everything, but it didn't. I still felt insecure and I didn't have any self-love or self-acceptance. I wanted to share this survey because it shows that we are always trying to lose weight to fit in the societies or whatever looks that we see. As a personal trainer, I support when people do the weight loss for health reasons. But when we do it for looks, I'm really concerned about it because I know that journey has no ending because I know how that feeling that I had. When I became a personal trainer, I learned the difference between body fat, muscle mass, and weight. And you can see how much space fat and muscle takes. This is the reason I tell my clients, don't worry about weight. Let's focus on body fat. Because body fat is the one that matters to our health. And also I learned that health looks different on people. And there are so many different type of different body types, different structures. So it is impossible for all of us to try to fit in one body type. We are all beautiful. When I learned all of these information as a personal trainer, I started thinking that I do not have to fit in the Japanese beauty standards. I just need to embrace myself, need to work on myself to be the best version that I can be. But I was focusing on external beauty. My clients come see me, they're super excited, they're motivated, they want to get healthier, they want to lose weight, and they work so hard and they do everything right and they get to the goal, they don't see the change. It's never good enough. And I can totally relate it to them because that's how I felt when I lost the 30 pounds. And I started thinking as a new trainer, it's in our head, it's all in our mind. And as a new trainer, I realized that my job is for health, not for looks. I was working on myself to be the best that I can be externally. All of this stuff happening, and then I asked myself a question. If I get hurt and cannot work out for 3 months or 6 months, am I going to have the same confidence that I am building right now? And my answer was no. And this happened. I was training my clients and showing the exercise on the bench. And I said, you got it? And I tried to step down from the bench. And somehow I misstepped and then went down and hit the machine and it went to the ground. And I couldn't move my neck. So they had to call an ambulance. And they took me to the hospital. Everything was okay. Thankfully, nothing was broken. Around that time, I was feeling good about myself. I started having a peace with myself. But I was focusing on my external beauty more than internal beauty. This incident made me think that life event, beautiful aging, can change our looks. And also realize that I need to have a confidence in who I am. Not only looks, I need to have value in who I am. I am 40 years old and I feel pretty good. Sometimes I have negative talks try to creep in because I see the aging on my face, but I know how to snap out of it because I trained my mind to not go to the negative talks. I repeated positive talks over and over instead of negative talks. And I wrote them down every day. I read it. I just try to believe that's true. And that's how I trained my mind to snap out of it. I wanted to share this story. I think you guys might have heard about it. The Japanese female professional wrestler, she took her own life because she was getting bullied on social media. When I hear that kind of news, it breaks my heart because it's already hard to live and we have negative talks in our head and somebody else is doing that to us. That's very hard. This is the reason why we should have self-confidence and self-love. Because when we have those, we do not try to bring other people down. We criticize ourselves, we criticize others. But is it true though? Do we only focus on looks? When we meet people, we think, wow, this person is very funny. I would like to be a friend with her or with him. Wow, this person is very kind. I would like to get to know this person. We focus on their inner beauty and we appreciate and value their inner beauty, their quality. But we don't do that to ourselves. We need to stop promoting the idea that our physical appearance is the only type of beauty that matters. What is beauty? Being smart, being kind, being understanding, being confident, being humble, being funny, being silly, being loving, being funny, being comfortable with yourself, embracing yourself. Those are my definition of beauty. Let's start valuing inner beauty more than external beauty. Don't let anyone determine your value or beauty because that's the power that you have for yourself. Thank you. Do you have any questions or would you like to chat with me because we have about 4 minutes left? Yes, Aneta, health is a top priority too. Yes, health looks different on people. I completely agree with you. Thank you so much. I hope I can pronounce your name right. Abigail? Thank you. Yes, Paula, I agree. We all struggle with our weight. As a personal trainer, I tell my clients don't worry about weight because weight is not really matters. As I'm gonna go back to the PowerPoint, so you can see the body fat. It's same amount of body fat and muscle, but it takes a different space. So my clients sometimes don't change any weight, but they sometimes lose like 7% body fat, and people will make a comment like, "Oh my God, did you lose so much weight?" And she's like, "No, actually, I lost like 5 pound body fat." And people was like, "Wow." So weight is not really the thing that we need to worry about, but society makes us worry about it. Like the chart that I showed you guys. Thank you for sharing that, Paula. Do you guys have any questions or would like to share your thoughts? Yes, Gabriela, I totally understand that because I used to do that so much and it took me for a long time for me to get out of that negative talks in my head. But we can train our mind because we are beautiful. If, like I always tell my friend that who is very kind, I always tell her focus on that. That quality is so much better than anything else. Hanae, people just need to get over what they see on social media. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I completely agree with you. Yes. Tin, Tinwi, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. It took me for a long time to realize this because inner beauty matters more than anything else. Because when we pick up a friend or partner, we decide according to their character. We don't decide because of their only looks. So we have to do that to ourselves too. Thank you very much for sharing that. Thank you guys for being with me, and I really appreciate it. So my speech is over. Have a great night or have a great day. Thank you. Thank you guys.